Oh. Oops, sorry. I didn't know it went live. It didn't show me myself. So, good thing I didn't do anything weird while I was waiting for it to go live. There's always a bit of a lag. It's very annoying. I'm very sorry about the lag. I'm watching what faces I was making before I went live. Hello, everyone! Happy Monday evening! And welcome to the Gourmet Pens channel. If you are new here, and if you're not new here, wait, welcome back to the Gourmet Pens channel. And so that's pretty much the welcoming committee. I am the welcoming committee. So, hi. I'm trying a new angle because last time you couldn't quite see the full notebook. And so this time I thought maybe we could do this and it'll work a little better and you'll actually be able to see everything a little more clearly. The Pasquale onion pen. I'm sorry, Lord Hibachi. Please elaborate because I actually probably know what you're talking about, but who also knows? So let me see. Yes, today is a serial inker episode, and the serial inking concept was actually suggested by a friend, and the idea was that I do have pens that are serially inked with a certain color or something, and so it came up in the, like, I think last Monday's the Inky messes, and I was talking about Celadon Cat, and I was like, oh, I have it in a pen. Actually, I have it in multiple pens, and I just didn't know which one. So, to be honest, like 10 minutes ago, I started looking for it, and I really had no idea which one. But I found the one that I know is always inked with it. Now, the problem is, as you can see, I have 4 of the same pen with no identification on the outside. So, yeah. Anyway, this is not an organized nor formal show. This is really just Gourmet Pens chaos, like ink after dark, pen shows after dark. So that's what it's going to be. Now, I'm going to try to keep up with chat. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up very well because y'all are crazy, and I love it, and I'm here for it. So I have assigned someone, I don't know what name they have in the chat, but anyway, you all know them, just to help me in case there's something that I cannot miss. So, in case, yeah, this is the pen that I believe Lord Hibachi is referring to because it's the only pen that makes sense. It is Opal Slices, and Nicholas Pasquale poured this blank using the off-cutting bits from the Opus material, which is very expensive, so I think he was trying to maximize it. And he also, this is his signature dip nib holder shape. It's got this tail. Now, I don't know. I've never done it, but maybe it's a little bit of an ink smearer. So, thanks, Pertnux. Ew, I just looked over at my stream screen and saw that. Anyway, it's Monday evening, and I thought, you know, everything is really depressing, and I'm not going to wait till Friday to celebrate my favorite people, which is you guys, and existence, which is constant. So that's why we're doing this all the time now. Now, this is a serial inker episode, but it's also an Inky Mess episode, but technically more of a serial inker episode, a bit of serial ink side. That's correct. Thank you, John. So we're going to flip to a new page. I ruined this page by writing on it while I was looking for the correct ink. So I'm actually going to skip like 2 pages in. So exciting. This notebook is almost done. Like, we're getting there. This, usually I put the date that I started, and I didn't in this one because I didn't know what it was going to become, but that's okay. There'll be some indicator somewhere. I will have done something and I'll remember. Anyway, please tell me about yourselves, entertain me in the chat while I ramble to you, and ideally also entertain you to a fashion of some degree. So Diamine Celadon Cat is one of the coolest, most beautiful inks, and I forgot to open this. so that I would remember. So Diamine Celadon Cat was one of the Reddit selected inks, and I really like it a lot. Actually, I love it. It is absolutely one of my top inks. It is from the subreddit, the fountain pen subreddit, so I can include a link when I update the video at the end, or if someone in the chat wants to throw it in, just so that if anybody isn't unfamiliar with the subreddit, they can go look at it. It is not nearly as fantastic as this space, just saying. And my brain stopped. It stopped because Simmerjeet Sani mentioned Celadon teaware, and I am hoping that while I start inking, he will explain what Celadon teaware is, because I know he has some. And actually, when I first got the ink, he had actually showed me some of the teaware so that I could compare what the colors looked like. And so, anyway, we're gonna just start playing. Also, apart from the fact that it's called Celadon, it is also cat, and I love cats, whether there's a cat in here or not. And I'm really into this kind of like muted chroma shading, like blue, green, gray thingy. So let's start. I'm gonna stop talking. This is how we inky mess. We do things. So let's just see what happens, shall we? Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. So first thing, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, I knew it was going to put ink on, but I wasn't expecting such a fun shape. Now, would I rely on this for a consistent shape? No. Would I rely on this for sheer fun? Yes. So this is the first inking. In case you don't know, we are using Tomoe River paper. This is the original, not the original Tomoe. It is the second machine Tomoe. So from like 2 or 3 years ago. In other words, it's not the new Tomoe River. It's not the Sanzen version. It is the older one. And I am a big fan. I think when this notebook is done, we will move to a different notebook for everyone who wants to just see something different. I'm thinking we're going to do something like Midori cotton or MD cotton, whatever they call it now. Okay, so that is just some big smearing. Let's just do a little bit of finer writing using a Kakamori nib, which is not exactly fine. Okay, Simmerjeet Sane, please DM me with that or like message me with that so I remember your suggestion. Okay, what am I doing again? All right, Diamine Celadon Cat. Okay, so let's do... We're not doing fine writing. We're going to do whatever writing I feel like it. If you are here for fine writing, you're on the wrong channel, sir. Or miss, or stuff. Okay. I'm having issues. The issue is I'm not deeping. I'm not deeping! Huh! I'm not dipping the tip deep enough. We're not gonna say anything. Okay, so we've got Diamine. I'm not even gonna look at the chat because I know all of you are children just like me. Wendy Sue, please. What is a swink? That sounds hilarious and also really dirty. I love it. Yes, Pernux, you're so helpful. Almost as helpful as Google, but not quite because you have an attitude. Just kidding. I love you. Diamine. Celadon. I think this is absolutely exquisite ink. Now, do most people write like this and thus get to benefit from the ink in this way? Probably not. Why? I hate when it does. Sorry about the focus. It does that when I move too close to it. Like, doesn't it know what I want? Get it together. If you hear the sirens in the background, it is because they're coming for me. I'm just kidding. I am the most innocent person on the planet. There is a lack of cats here, absolutely. Wendy Sue, yes. Let us talk about this swink. I love this. And yes, Dragon Drawer, there are a lot of Tomoes. There's like Machine 7, Machine 9, and then they sold Machine 9 to a different company, which was insane. I think it was to Sanzen, and then Sanzen has now redone it all. So it's very confusing. And the only reason I know this is because I wrote that article for Penworld, and it was a mind bender. So I am just using up what's in the channels. The channels. Okay. Now, let's switch over to my actually inked pen. I can't draw cats, unfortunately. I am still trying to convince my landlord to let me get a cat. They're so boring. They're like, ugh. Okay, so here is the... No, this isn't it. I know this because it's not that one. This is the one! This is the one that is inked with Diamine Celadon Cat, and I know it because I think like 3 pen shows ago, a friend asked me what's in there, and I was like, I'll get back to you on that, and I figured it out eventually. Okay, let's move all these peaks out of the way. Although those peaks do not have this ink in it, but they have very similar, nice, light inks. Okay, let's write a word. Let's write a word. We're going to write peak because that's the pen it is in. This is in the Shown Design full-size fountain pen in the peak. Confessions of a Serial Inker. You have no idea what is inked. That's right. It's not really a confession. I think people know what to expect from me by now. But, yeah. And I always feel sorry for the new people, like when new people find me on Instagram or something, and they comment, and they say something like, oh my gosh, I love that ink, what is it? And then a longtime follower responds and says, you're obviously new here because she doesn't know. Yeah, strings and petals, yes. They're a bit sketch. Okay, so we're writing peak because that is the pen. Also, I feel like this is our little community that we have created now. Because I know there's tons of amazing YouTube channels and there's so many awesome things to do and watch and enjoy. But I get to see your names pop up in the chat and it makes me so happy. So thank you guys so much for coming in and joining. You don't even need to tell me where you're from because I know where most of you are from. That's creepy. I shouldn't say that. But I do know. But I always appreciate random facts. Yeah, it's a bit of goth. A little bit of goth, but it's like... It's a little prettied, right? Like, I think it's a little pretty. I stopped paying attention, so my lines got a little wonky. Okay, so let's get the blower. You know how I love my blower. I love to blow stuff on the page. So let's blow stuff. We're gonna blow it around a little. And why are we doing this? Why not, good sirs? Or not so good sirs. You may be bad sirs. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving you too much credit. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Okay. So, if you guys missed it, on Friday, we did Gourmet Pens and Friends. And we had Drew Brown join us. And it was really fun. And so the idea with Gourmet Pens and Friends is that I'm going to do it either once a month or once every 3 weeks or like every third week. And it's going to be just, I think, more mental health based. Because obviously I am such a good representative of mental health. But I just think it's really cool to get to chat with our friends. I say our friends because we are all friends, you know, and find out what's important to them and what makes them happy. And I don't know, it's just really nice. So I know a couple of you, I already have plans for you. Thank you. Strings and Petals, thank you so much. Please do go to sleep because sleep is very important. We will talk soon. Michaela, Welcome! Today is the one day that I don't have White Bear pens all over my table. That's okay though, because they're just like an arm's reach away. A little bit longer than a T-Rex arm, but they're there. Jana, can I turn it into a podcast? I very much can. The only thing is I don't know how it'll come across. I mean, I guess we don't really show a whole bunch of stuff on the screen. So, yes, I absolutely can turn it into a podcast. So I will do that. And, like, not this, like the Inky Messes series, but the Gourmet Pens and Friends series, I will do that. Yeah, the PEAK acronym. Somebody wrote it out. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking care of the details that I cannot pay attention to. Okay, so now this ink is a little. I don't want to say it's dry, but it's not super gushy. It's not super gushy. But because it's not extremely saturated, I do find that doing stuff like this, it doesn't go wild on the page like sometimes some water circles will. Yes, the T-Rex arms. That'll be part of it. That could maybe be like the thumbnail for the episode. Did you know the later it gets, the crazier I become? Or the worse, no, the lower my inhibitions are. So before you know it, I'm going to be singing to you. So I guess you could say you're pretty lucky because not everybody gets that. Or maybe you're not lucky because not everybody gets that. Gushy. Okay, pens emerge every time I cry. That makes me think of that Britney Spears song. No, every time I try to fly, I fall. And pens emerge every time I cry. Okay, I'll stop. The color is very much sea glassy. And I absolutely love it. I really like this tone. So it is, it is. I don't know. Would you, if you were to glance at this, would you call this a green or a blue? Because to me, this is a blue, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know now because Celadon is supposed to be green, right? Maybe I'm not. Maybe there's something wrong with my eyes or my color processing. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know, friends. It's green. Is there something wrong with me? Probably. We don't need to answer that. But it is definitely more towards blue. Maybe it depends on the spot, right? So there I could see green. Here, oh no, here is green. There is blue. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it so much. And yeah, not a very, sorry, I gotta wait for it to refocus. Like, come on, there we go. It's not wet, which is probably part of the reason I put it in an eyedroppered pen with a pilot parallel. Okay, let's write. I'm gonna write. Just as I say, oh, it's not particularly wet. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now I feel like we're too far away from the paper. Are we too far? Are you guys okay? Can you see it well enough? Please let me know. Joan, green is made from mixing blue and yellows. Seeing blue in it is valid. Thank you. That makes me feel better because I was really starting to question myself there. This nib, it's just a pilot parallel. That's it. It is the 4.5. Let me see. Yeah, 4.5 millimeter. And without a doubt, okay. I hope Opus 88 never finds this video because if somebody were to say to me, I don't know, even like a year ago, if they were to say, pick the pen combination, I would have picked an Opus 88 with a pilot parallel nib. But I think now I would go with the shown design and the parallel nib. But don't tell him I said that. I still have 10,000 Opus 88s, and I still love them. And they're still within my T-Rex arm reach. But I love the shown design company as a whole. Like, Ian is just such a lovely person. And actually, I mean, Opus 88, the people who I communicate with are also very lovely. But there's just something about buying your showed in person. That's right, they say the size on it. You just got to look for the size. Oh my god, my leg's asleep because I'm sitting on it. Oh, I can't feel anything. Oh, it feels so awful. Sorry. Aren't they so much entertainment? You just don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what's going to happen. Okay, so earlier we had written that, and I just really like how this came out with the water wash. It's just so beautiful. We need a big peak pen from Shown. Like, no, Simmerjeet Sani, I will not be replacing my Opus 88s, but what I will be doing is acquiring more Showns. Hold on. Sam, you have no parallels? How is that possible? I feel like parallels are, first of all, they're an absolute must, but I just thought everybody got parallels like the first thing when they joined the pen world. I don't know why. Maybe maybe it's just because it was just me. And then maybe it's because I'm insane and have like 10,000 of them as well. I really do. I have so many of them. It's so bad. And it's so obscene, but because I'm a serial inker, I need parallels for all of the inks that I have serially inked, which is a lot. I would say like 20 inks or so. And then some of them have to be modified, and then some of them have to go into different pens. And so it's just a big complicated thing of stuff. She said, highly technical, very technical terms is what I'm offering you. Do you guys have questions? Do you want me to answer things? Do you want me to tell you stories? Want me to tell you a story? I'll tell you a story. Today, I had my phone kind of in the crook of my little T-Rex arm, and I was carrying a whole bunch of stuff because I was packing an order, or was going to pack an order. And I've got one of those little like things on the end of the phone because I clip a strap to it so that I don't have to carry my phone, but this time I didn't do that. Anyway, that little dangly bit touched the crook of my arm, and for some reason, the first thing I thought to myself was, oh my gosh, there is some giant spider that is cold and metallic fondling me. So I basically shrieked and threw everything, and I'm so glad that nobody was around to witness it because it was fairly embarrassing. And this happens to me a lot, usually with my hair. Usually my hair touches myself and I slap myself in the face so hard that like my glasses go flying. And yeah, this happens often to me for some reason. What color am I going to use next? That's a great question. Do you have any requests? I have a lot of colors. I don't necessarily have everything under the sun, but I could do my best to oblige, and I would be happy to play with an ink and explore it. It's not going to just be this ink, because I have all of these that I want to play with it. Yeah, the star of an action horror movie. Well, I could be the action superstar or something. So we've done a bit of watery bits. Yeah, I just wanted to play with it like this. Here's something else you could do with a blower. Along came a spider, sat beside her, and frightened Mrs. Ziza away. Or, along came a spider, it didn't actually exist, it was just in her head, and she lost her mind. So maybe we can make that rhyme somehow. Here's a fun thing we can do. If you take your blower, Do you have a blower? I'm going to put these on the shop because I have a whole bunch of them. And if you blow through the slits of your nib, you make an inky mess. It gets everywhere. It will get on the tip, and it'll probably get in your face because it's going to bounce back. We're PG here. But it makes a really fun pattern that I really like to do. So let's do that a bit. And then let me do one in particular because I want you to see how cool it looks. Okay. So, like, I really like how that looks. Like, there's so much detail. And oddly enough, for somebody who has, like, crippling, I mean, debilitating trypophobia, I don't really know if it's I don't know, there's debate as to whether it's a real fear or not. Listen, it might not be a real fear, but I react violently when I see things. So, anyway, that does not bother me somehow. Okay, let's see. I do not have... Sorry, all I saw was the word goose poop. And I was like, I don't keep goose poop at my desk. I don't have any Ferris wheel press inks. Sailor's Warning. I actually don't have that either. I need to go get some inks, don't I? It's been a while. I've been maybe too, like, careful with my ink shopping. Cosmos? Do you mean the Lucky Star Cosmos ink? Because I do have that. And I have not used it yet. So it would be very fun to do that. What is my favorite shown? Oh, I have so many showns. Oh my gosh. Okay. In general, I would say my favorite showns are any of the Ultims. So the Peak, there's also the Black, and the here, I'm gonna just move this out of the way for a second. I know this is about the ink, but I've got a couple in here. So I have a small shown collection. So these are shows. So I'll just show you a bunch of shows. Look, it's a white bear. These are not even all of them. This is just some of them. Yes, I'm a psycho. Okay. In fairness, I did steal a couple of these from friends. So if I had to pick my top shown, it would be the yellow ones because I like seeing the ink. My favorite is the flat tops. This one I stole from a friend, and I actually borrowed it, but I'm just never going to give it back. And it is the only one that has one of the anodized monox on it. So this is the strawberry lemonade, and I will never ever undress it. It will always have this. This is what it will always be. But I think the amber Ultim, yeah, so this one with the flat top, this would be my go-to. I wish he would make these again because I would snap this up so fast. If anybody is selling theirs, please contact me. I will buy it. Because I really love them and they mean so much to me. And so, yeah, this would be my favorite. They're decked out. They're ready to go. And if you're going to spend the money on a shown like one of these, don't waste your time with a cartridge or converter. Just have fun with it and fill her up. Fill her up good. No, don't do that. Yeah. So that's what we should do. Simmerjeet Sani, I'm going to task you with finding us an ink for next Inky Messes. So if you can find something or suggest it or something like that, that would be great. I'm tasking Simmerjeet with this because he is usually the person that I borrow inks from and then never give them back, and also pens. And I feel really sorry for him because I'm like, don't worry, I'll give it back. And then I don't give it back. Yes, eyedropper pens. I have a lot of pens, eyedroppered, and whenever I go to like a pen meet and I pull out, so I'll pull out one of these super full of pens, and I immediately say, assume that everything's eyedroppered because 99% of them are eyedroppered, but I have had it where people open it for some reason. Like, I don't know why you would open a pen, but they open it and get ink all over themselves. And I'm like, I mean, who undresses somebody's pen without asking? Like what's that? So, okay, let me grab an ink. Yeah, okay, so this was just out of my reach here. So this is the dominant industry version of the Celadon, and it is called Gourmet Celadon. Said as if you were, if you were Japanese. I'm not, or Taiwanese. I don't know. This is not Japanese. They are Taiwanese. Wow, listen, I don't mean to sound like a. They're Korean. I did not even know that. I don't know. I don't know what this, like, I can't read this, but they're Korean. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. This is a shimmer version of the Celadon. It's very similar. It is not quite the same thing because it is shimmer, but I'm going to just put some on the page. Birmingham Ice Rink. I don't have that. I have a whole bunch of Birminghams, but I don't have that one. Okay, so here is the dominant industry version. So it does have this beautiful shimmer. Please don't look at my horrible cuticles. I meant to do my nails today, and I didn't. I'm so embarrassed. This is what happens when I wash dishes. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's just put some on the page. We're gonna shake it up. Oh, yeah, I only do that to a couple people. I wouldn't do that to everyone. Like, Sam, I wouldn't steal all of your y'all's in the chat. I wouldn't steal your pens. It's my the poor. I only do this to people who, like, I carpool with and stuff. These are really hard to open. So you guys are safe. Don't worry. Yes, there's a lot of ink companies, and they do keep popping up, and it is absolutely overwhelming, so that is very valid. And it's really hard to keep track of all of them. And then sometimes they show up and don't really stay around, which can be very frustrating, because I get all excited and I fall in love with them, and then they leave me. It's kind of like my love life. I made a joke. Yeah, it's really cute. I really like it. I think it's very, very pretty. I don't care for the box because I don't want to cut the label to get into it, so I usually open it from the bottom. Okay, so this is the dominant industry version. Now, oh, it is so good. I have this in a pen too. I just don't remember which one. It's very similar. Because it's shimmery, it's a little, I guess a little more finicky, but not significantly. And I would say a little less saturated, but I do find there's a bit more purple in this version of it, which is interesting. Of course, I am putting it across the Diamine version, so maybe that's not entirely fair, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I can. Sorry. Okay, let's see if I can. What's the worst that'll happen? Famous last words. Okay, so let's just leave those little splats a bit. But I won't do this with samples. So if you guys have ink requests, I'm more than happy to explore inks, but I don't do it with samples, and the other reason is because, actually there's a couple of reasons. One, samples can and do more quickly evaporate than the bottles do, and it's unlikely, but it can happen, where whoever's making the sample puts the wrong color in the tube, so it can be mislabeled. And I need more than 2 to 4 mils to experience an ink. I need like 20. So at that point, I might as well buy a bottle, which is why I don't really dabble in samples. Like I don't want to play that game. I'm not interested in that. Like, give me it. Give me everything. I need some water. Some water. Oh, I love, one of my favorite things, other than stealing pens, just because it's very thrilling, but not really, because I do it openly. But one of my favorite things is when friends sell their pens and I buy them, they become like they're part of my world, and it's very odd, although maybe not really, but of all the pens that I have bought and sold, unless there's a glaring issue with the pen, like it's just too heavy for me, I've got ink on my keyboard, unless there's a glaring issue with the pen, I don't sell or part with pens that I have purchased from friends or have been gifted from friends. They just stay in my world, almost always inked. But I recently purchased some pens from Lord Hibachi, who is in the chat, and I'll just show you guys because they're right here. I haven't inked them yet because I just got them. But, aren't these are clearly right up my alley, and also quite in contrast to these. But, I'm just excited. So I'm just saying, if you ever are selling pens, let me know. Or whatever, if you have pens you hate and want to get rid of them, let me know. Because I'll probably be very happy to have them. Do I give my friends visiting rights? It depends. If I have stolen the pen from them, yeah, because usually it's like, oh, I really like this, I'm gonna borrow it forever. But to be honest, if someone has a pen and they're not using it and I can enjoy it and play with it, like, why would you not want me to have that joy, right? Why would you not want your friends to have that? Anyway, clearly we went off topic. I got a lot of shows, and let's look at the Dominant Industry. Oh, so pretty. Very light, so if you're an extra fine nib user, I mean, I already worry about you, but I don't think it would be very exciting in an extra fine nib. And I often get the criticism of like, well, nobody uses inks like this. I'm like, hello, obviously people use inks like this. That's what I do exclusively, so mind your own beeswax, you know? Sorry, I'm really sassy today. Or something. The neighbor has a cat, and its name is really boring. It's a tuxedo. He's a little boy, and they call him, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna pronounce this properly, but it's Kali, which is just black. It means black. Obviously, he's an Oreo because he's a total bimbo. He's an attention whore. He's like, oh, look at me. I'm going to roll around. I'm going to be so cute. Pet me. Love me. I need attention. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But if you're going to let your cat out, it's fair game for me to steal it. So, banana duck. I could draw a banana duck. I don't know what's in this pen. We've strayed from Celadon Cat, but if you have questions, I'm happy to play with it more. There's the dried Cosmos. It's very cool. Let's do what we did last. Do you remember last time where we did the ink and notebook together and we followed some steps and patterns? I'm gonna do some of those because I think this is a really nice setup for it. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Okay, we got time. I mean, I could do this for hours, but I don't want to bore the knickers off you. Knickers. So wait, this isn't right. This isn't how I usually do it. This isn't tight enough. It's too loose. It's too slutty of a line. Let's turn that over there. It can think about what it's done. About how it has misbehaved. Okay. Let's get into this little crevice here. I think this is a good crevice for it. Okay, so did you also know? I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself further. Um, Eric from like one of the original FP Geeks creators, and um, and myself. He's also the organizer of the Philly show, and we create Nibbage together, which is the Philly show program. Um, we've just launched Touring Circus, which is basically live shows on Sunday, every third Sunday. But you can find us at Touring Circus on YouTube, and it's complete nonsense. But if you just like company and like listening to people be stupid, that's what we do there. And if you don't like it, that's totally fine too, because I don't blame you. I had really good chicken for dinner, but it's so salty that I'm so thirsty. Okay. Okay, I think this ink is Ink Institute. Yeah, because it's not a sailor. Ink Institute. I believe it's the Mexican hens, but I could be wrong. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure. But it's not a sailor. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, I have the other monitor has the stream in real time, not my studio stream, because my studio stream is not accurate in terms of comments and like the lag and all that. So I'm not ignoring you. In fact, I am devoting my attention and love to you when I look in the other direction. So, okay, I think way back up in the chat, Michaela requested Sailor Mano Fuji, which I'm pretty sure I have. And that's also kind of one of these muted chroma shaders and dual shaders from their last release, I believe. So I will double check, and if I do have that, that is what we will do. Just because I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah, I don't know if it's chalky. It's more of like it's a pigment. Like it's not pigmented, because I know their regular inks are dye based, but it's like the dye it smells like pigment, like paint almost. I really like it. I really enjoy it. So, oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got. I'm pretty sure I have the Fuji. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Anthony's comment. Yeah, so Touring Circus is not family friendly. Like, this channel, I keep it clean-ish, because I know for sure that kids watch, and I want parents to feel comfortable and caregivers to feel comfortable, like, having their kids watch and not having to worry, like, oh my gosh, is she gonna say something weird? I mean, yeah, but is she gonna say something inappropriate? I mean, yeah, but, you know, is she gonna curse? There we go. No, we don't want them learning those words from Gourmet pens, because my idea of a curse is like extra fine nib. So, but yeah, Touring Circus, it's very much a Touring Circus. And so I think next time there's going to be a bee counter of how many times I call Eric a bee. So we're doing squiggles. Okay, let me just show you, because I think this looks really cool. Just the way the layers are stacking and the colors are changing. And it's nifty, right? There's a bit of shimmer in the Dominant Industries Celadon Goreo. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Sorry, if you're wondering why I keep touching my face, it's because my hair keeps touching me and it tickles me like spiders. Why don't I tie it back? Because if I don't, then I look like I'm Humpty Dumpty. I mean, if I do tie it back, I look like I'm Humpty Dumpty. So. It'll be exactly. So cool. Spiral out, keep going. Should I use the same color? Okay. Simmer G, you didn't answer. Should I use the same color? Troublemaker Petrichor. I do have in the shop. I don't know if I have any bottles in my personal collection, but can somebody remind me? I need to have a note system. If only I had a plotter that I could just leave at my desk for reminding myself things. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so next week is gonna be Sailor, Manyo, Fuji, and then let's do Troublemaker Petrichor the week after. Petrichor. Okay. What should you write with a flex nib? Like, what word? Okay. What word should you write with a flex nib, or what? Yeah, I'm gonna say... Yeah, Egypt. No, I like, Hang on, I'm gonna change pages for this, because I don't want to... I don't have a... It's not... this is not a flex nib, but... let me just see... Egypt is nice, but I can't get it consistent enough to make it look good, so I don't like to do that. I have a oh, it's right in my lap. Hang on. That's what she said. This is a flex nib. Let's just see. Because I know there are some words that are spectacular. So, oh, spectacular might be one of them. Oh, hang on. Get it. Sorry. I store it upright because it's so wet. Spectacular. So that one's fun. I also... Prune! That's hilarious. Thank you, Doug. Have a wonderful night and good sleep. Thank you for coming in. Okay, I'm gonna write prune too. I know, I got so distracted. It's like, this is about Diamine Celadon Cat, and it's like 5 minutes later, it's everything else. Prune. We could do... I mean, this is... Nobody at... Oh, that looks so good! Oh, yeah, wow. No, it looked good from afar. Now that I'm actually looking at it, it looks less good. But, that's fine. Okay, I need more water. You like writing squeeze? And, okay, bellissimo sounds more romantic than squeeze. But, I can write squeeze. Nobody asked me to do this. I'm just doing it because I'm nosy and want to. Squeeze. That's fun. And then, bellissimo. Oh gosh, I have to make sure I spell that right. That's always the hard part. Okay. B. Okay, bellissimo. Okay, that needs practice, but that was fun. That was complicated. Yeah. Okay, of course I wrote it here, and of course we are doing stuff here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna hold her upright, keep her standing up. Oh, see, Sam, you can't use the same ink for that long. That is why you ink everything and you just rotate. You don't have to use the same pen till it's empty. You just enjoy it. And when you're bored of it, if it's still got, like if you eyedropper a pilot parallel, just put it away and you could deal, like you could play with it later. Don't worry about it. Oh, spectacular prune squeeze. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Spectacular prune squeeze. Spectacular prune squeeze. Spectacular prune squeeze. Spectacular prune squeeze. I feel like I'm gonna mess up and say something dirty, and it'll be like, YouTube's gonna be like, your channel's been flagged for inappropriate words, and I'll be like, I just don't know how to do a tongue twister. So we're doing spirals. Oh, what if I did the noise as I spiral? Okay, no. Everybody's gonna leave. You guys are gonna be like, absolutely not. We're not staying for that. Well, I really don't want to mess up this page because that looks really nice. So I'm gonna just keep holding it up. It's fine. It's 10:50. We can doodle for a few more minutes on this side, right? Like, you're okay with this. Should I ramble about what's going on, like what's coming up? I am currently preparing for. I know nobody said yes, but I didn't even wait for you to answer. I am currently preparing for the Scriptus pen show, which is on Sunday, October 27th. It is in Toronto. It is free admission should you wish to fly and or drive to Scriptus for the one day. It is a really cool show. I am launching my Pens by Pasquale Cosmic Collision Collaboration fountain pen. And so it'll be launched at Scriptus, and then if there's any left, they will go online. And because I absolutely hate exclusive things and limited editions, it is just the first batch. So it probably will be relaunched sometime next year. But the first launch will be at Scriptus, and then in the new year, we've got the Philly Pen Show, and again, we've got early bird ticket prices for all the new workshops, including my new workshops, which I haven't written yet, but I already have them in my brain, and I kind of know what I want to do, but they're going to be really fun. I think it's safe to say all Gourmet Pens workshops are very fun. I'm not biased. Although, even if I am biased, doesn't mean it wrong. But quite a few of you have actually taken my workshops and have left, like, at the very least, far better people than when you came in, right? Or far inkier people, anyway. And then working on the 2-ring circus launch, like, growing that. And so that's really more of just a fun, happy project. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure my mom's so proud of me. I always make these jokes because my mom always makes fun of me too. And she's like, are you gonna get a real job? And I'm like, I have a real job. I am changing lives over here, in a manner of speaking. Making all the use of my education in the best way possible. I'm just kidding, by the way. My mom loves me. Yeah, wear dark clothing to avoid ink splatters, or wear white so that you stand out. I know. See, FOMO is a very powerful sales tactic, and personally for me, I hate it, and it stresses me out, and I think it's really unfair. And I know it's about marketing, and I know it, and I still cave, and so that's part of the reason that I try to not do it if I can. And sometimes I can't, because sometimes the makers who pour the blanks or the pen makers just are only willing to do one batch, and in those cases it's really hard, and sometimes it's out of my control. But for the most part, I do my best to make sure we can have relaunches and restocks and stuff. And I have almost no dark unicorns, ravens, and true unicorns left in the shop, so I need to restock those, but there's a very few left if you are interested. And in case you didn't know, when you place an order, I print it out, and if it doesn't print, I swear at my phone, and I tell the printer how much I hate it, and then I'm going to burn it, and then eventually it prints, and then I prance over to the printer, and then I write my little thank you note on it, and I basically sing to myself, and I go pick your order. Oftentimes I break something along the way, usually myself, like I kick something and I break a toe, or I touch my arm with my own phone and throw everything across the room. And then I pack it all up, and then I once again swear at the printer because it won't print the shipping label, and I contemplate burning it again. And then, or like office spacing it. Was it office space? Yeah, office spacing it with the where they beat it up in the field. And then it makes me happy. So that's cool. Thanks. Yeah, it really does make me happy. Yeah, I am a broken toe, gang, and it is broken again. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it that the whole point is that these like companies, I mean, myself included, I'm a small business, and of course, FOMO is powerful marketing. But again, I just cannot do it because I can't. It's just, it feels so hypocritical to me to do that. Sorry, I'm just laughing because of the "Damn, It Feels Good to Be a Gangsta" song. Anyway, that cracks me up. Yeah, I know. It just feels hypocritical to be like, oh, I hate FOMO so much. Here, you can only buy this once and that's it. So I won't. I won't do it. And I mean, I'll do everything in my power to not do it. I mean, sometimes it's as simple as somebody just cannot be online when there's a drop and you can't get something because, like, I don't know, you're getting an endoscopy or a colonoscopy. It's like, oh, hang on, doc. Just hold on for a tube in a second. Let me order this pen. I mean, sometimes it's really legit. That's legit. Okay, usually we actually finish the page in an hour, but I think I talked too much this time, so sorry about that. And also we went off to the other page and got distracted. So the Orlando Pen Show, yes. I've actually been in touch with them, and it's just that it's at a really hard time for me because July is like the one month where I kind of get a break in traveling for shows and events and stuff. And I mean, I am not really in the greatest of health in general because I'm an idiot and I break things and I fall downstairs and I forget to sleep, like you know, like typical adults. So it's really hard, and it's been really last minute for the last few years, but one day it'll happen. Sometime it'll happen. Yeah, when people buy a pen and then just put it on, like, put it on eBay and just, like, double the price, that I hate that so much. It's not hypocritical, despise manipulation, but still, yeah. I mean, I'll do my best, though. So I do my best to make sure that cool stuff will be available to anyone who might want it, because, I don't know, don't we all deserve to have access to cool stuff? Yeah. Okay, so, what time is it? Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much for sticking through this for an hour while I ramble and T-Rex arm and, I don't know, make things up in my head and tell stories that nobody cares about, including myself. No, we care. We care. It's just that they're very random. So, yeah, so I kind of rambled about what I'm up to. I really hate to say that I'm also on Patreon. You don't have to do anything. This will always be available. If you really enjoy it and you want to support me, you can always sign up on Patreon, or you can visit the shop because that helps me a lot too. But again, you don't have to. This will always be available. It's just like, oh, amazing! I could buy medication this month. Yay! Life is so good. I love being an adult. Okay. Oh, this one's coming out really nicely. So I actually think when we sign off, I'm going to finish this page because I really like how this is turning out. It's turning out real nice. It's looking real good. And also, I'm now on Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. It's really awful, but I'm this far in. I have to watch it. And the books are marginally better than the movies, but really, yeah, it's kind of it's a bit of a low bar, I guess, but I'm not hating on it because I have not written a series that has been so spectacularly successful. So I can't really talk. I'm just saying it's really stupid that the vampires sparkle in the sun. Right? So, anyway, this has been an absolute blast. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and hugely entertaining me in the chat. Sam, I am so jealous of the statin prescription being 16 cents. Yeah. I mean, yes, I'm in Canada. I still have to pay for things. Like, it's not that affordable. It is a good movie. They're good. It's a great series to numb out on because you're like, I know this is going to be stupid. I already know what's going to happen. It's all going to be ridiculous. I'm going to be entertained by it. And that's pretty much what's happening. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's all. But, yes, thank you, everyone, so much. I had the chat. You guys are so funny, and you made me laugh, and I appreciate you being here so very much. So, next week will be... Thank goodness I wrote it down on this very helpful piece of paper. Sailor, Manyo, Fuji, and then it'll be Troublemaker or Petrichor. So I'll do the same thing where I schedule the live on YouTube, so you can sign up for notifications and reminders and stuff. And that's everything for now. Yeah, I wish I had like really profound parting words, but my profound parting word is gonna be... Oh, I was going to say something really nice, like gross. No, I'm not going to use feelings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and you help me feel valued. I'll see you next week. Take care. I'm on Instagram as Gourmet Pens and also Gourmet Pen Shop online. And okay, bye. Okay, bye. Bye. Love you all. Bye.